Hello, and welcome back to Songs of Syx. We are getting ready for war. It's war day! We are going to go build up our army. Well, we've got them built up. They've been training. But we've got about 48 cavalry and 40 archers. Which I'm hoping is enough. We only have 2 town guard, and our backup archers are like 0, but... you know, 40 archers and a bunch of cavalry, I feel like should be pretty strong. Most of our dudes have Warhammers now as well, which I'm pretty excited about. This is that 96 are deployable, only 4 are recruits. I don't really know how true that is. I do feel like it's only the fully trained guys that are allowed to move, so let's go add these guys in. And it'll take them a little while to get that army, and gear up, but they should. Leaving for the army. Off you go, laddies. Time to die in the war. It's funny, we planted this vegetable garden and all these Warbeasts are just hanging out on top of it. I like that. We got a couple of guys starting to work on the opium farms. We are going to have to figure out where the hospital goes. I guess probably here. It feels like it should be near the military. It uses fabric and opium. Honestly, that's all in this city. Does the noble quarter become a hospital quarter? Ooh, the hospital requires tools to build. Out of curiosity. So it's pretty much just like a straight hallway shop. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Do we build it then, like right here? Make it the war hospital? I mean, I feel like when people get injured, they either get injured at the quarry or the lumberjack or the Globdian farms. We could put it in this old hunter's building. I mean, it's technically already built. I feel like the hospital on the outside of town feels a little bit foolish, but also if we're going to build up like a massive city structure here, it's not necessarily the worst idea. This stuff has got to get fixed. I don't know what's going on with it. You have 2 out of 4 janitors. Honestly, man, I'm just going to put you on 5. Oh, right. The problem is I have like minus 245 workers right now because half of our troops just went out to war. All right. Are we all in here? Stored 15. Okay, so these guys are still waiting for their stuff to show up. We have 47 knights and 38 archers. Also, I don't think that our army supply depots have people working in them. They don't, but they should. I also don't have anybody delivering. You know what? I don't have booze, so I'm going to put you on rations and Warbeasts. I need someone working this job. Getting at the Warhammers is sort of important. There we go. Nope. All right. So I'm just going to set all my army supply depots to 11 to make sure that somebody is working in them at all times. At least for right now. apples from our vegetable farmers. Now that makes sense. An epidemic of poor health and sanitation. The epidemic of the plague has been discovered. It's deadly. It torments its victims for days before ending their lives. Painful, pus-filled boils appear all over the infected, slowly sapping their strength and often leading to death. Fantastic. We're still losing a lot of people to the cold as well. So maybe let's talk about this hospital. I mean, that seems kind of efficient. 36 people are allowed to be patients. Obviously, I don't have these tools, but I could order those in. Place doorways on walls here and here, please. Somebody's got to have a good price on tools. He says, absolutely not sure if that's the case. You sell them for their 89 and you sell them for 89. Let's buy like, I don't know, 200 of them. That kind of leads me to believe I could just start importing tools. None of our bows are here yet. All of our clothing is, and all of our rations are. But none of the rest. Okay. I see the problem. Yeah, this is not super convenient. No, this is not super convenient at all. So maybe the finished goods should be in this warehouse. Instead. Like 2 crates of spears, probably. 2 crates of war horses. Two crates of leather. 2 crates of plate. And then I think what I'll just do is I'll go... Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Now, that might make a hell of a worse time for my poor workers in this warehouse, of which there are 0 currently. And there are 0 in this warehouse. Okay, I'm really seeing the problem with what we got going on right now. The big problem is that we no longer seem to get immigrants above 1,000, so the 100 people we've now lost cold are just lost cold. I see, I see, I see. Okay, the bows and the horses are starting to come out, though. Maybe I should put these on pause for a little while. I don't like it, but I do sort of need like 100 more troops. I need more than that, but all of my industries are sort of a bit of a mess right now. Somehow I went through that 1,000 wood and that 1,000 stone that we bought instantly. I have multiple import depots not doing anything up here. Okay. Import up to 120 stone and 250 wood. Four people injured. You guys are waiting on all those tools. And also a ton of furniture. Oh my god. And a bunch of globdians. A bunch of turtles are killing me. How are we dying from turtles? Of all the things that could take us out. That one seems like probably not very likely. I'm also going to take a wild guess and say I probably don't have enough people herding these. Yeah. Yeah, we're just having a massive crisis of population right now. So, the answer to that is a hatchery. A place where amoeban hatchlings are born and brought up, each station capable of bringing up one, and needs fish to operate. Well, guess what I have a lot of? The answer is fish. I was going to build some sort of cool poolside resort down here, but babies come first. Well, that one carpet is enough to make us fully efficient, so... Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to switch the two of these guys here. Put the carpet on this side. And then can I put a door in here behind you? So that's 12 clutches, 4 employees, 100% efficiency. Honestly, seems pretty good to me. Let's get that going. Yeah, we're like under 1,000 pops now. Under 1,000 pops and dropping rapidly. This disease and the cold certainly is not helping me. That's my army. Okay, they need a little bit more. They have the bows. They should be able to get that amount of Warhammers and that amount of horses. 50 and 48. That's also pretty good. You need weaved carpet. They can bring that across. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And this will be good. This will get our population back up. I didn't realize you basically stop getting immigrants at 1,000. And then if you go below 1,000, it doesn't seem to turn back on either, so... 18 injured and 5 deaths in the carpenter. Guys. And the grave digger up here is like, well, it's not my problem. I don't know who these graves are for, but they're not for me. My mass grave is totally maxed out. I'm not sure really what to feel about that. It doesn't feel right, that's for certain. All right, lads, how we doing here? I just want my, like, I know the archers are going to do the bulk of the work, but it'd be really cool if this guy could go fetch those Warhammers. Can I see where your, like, one employee is? You know what? I have those all on auto employ. So that might actually like up the numbers of people that they have. According to this, I have no more Warhammers and no more plate armor back. Oh, you know why that is? It's because I turned off all the storage. That's why it is. I turned off all the storage and there aren't any warehouse workers right now. And so wherever those were being stored, they've temporarily vanished. All right, well, screw it then. Let's go. No time like the present. I don't think we're going to get any more supplies than that. Most of our guys have hammers. Almost all of them are on war horses. All of our bows, we have plenty of. And we can park our army here when it's actually done its job as well, so... Let's... Oh, they have walls. Interesting. Okay. Let's just wait and starve them out then. We have rations. He says we actually don't have rations. Minus 50 for supplies. Whew. All right, well, let's solve that. Ration maker. I require your best rations. I don't want to mess around here. To battle! Nice. We got some mild weather. That'll improve us for a bit. What is going on with that stone import? Metal. Oh, that's what I screwed up there. Ha! I'm surprised that did not bankrupt us. Importing that kind of metal. Though I don't know. I guess maybe we're not running that many smithies and stuff at the moment. Technically, while these guys are fortified, they should keep getting deliveries. Low stocks will lead to 100% poorer health and desertion. Essential supplies have been not delivered to our army. Low health will stop training of new recruits and cause death and desertion. Fill up the military depots and fortify the army immediately. I don't know if they count as fortified while besieging. I gotta be honest, I don't really think they do. We're gonna have to send them home for now. It looks like their walls are gone, which is confusing. Another accident, this time at the training center. That's got to be one of the worst spots to have accidents, because I feel like it's all those guys who've just been getting trained for so long. This is just filling up on furniture. Soon that hospital will be online. Yeah, I know supplies are low, homies. The army's here. So we use 50 supplies a day. Holy smoking backsides. You can store like 1,000. 2,000. All right, I'm gonna buy more food. What else am I using my money for, you know? Hopefully as well, they can deliver all the other stuff that needs to get sent out. Dude, my poor weaver is falling apart down here. I'm hoping with the increase of wood and everything that these janitors can actually start tending to some of this. I actually think you need to start pulling from the warehouse up here. And then, like, I'm going to throw these both on auto supply. I know there's nobody working in our warehouses right now, and this is, like, a major blockade problem for us. Not a lot of stuff really gets moved around if you don't have that. Nice. Okay, so these little guys are making babies. This says I have 142 immigrants available. Immigrants available plus 142. Attracted per day 6.57. We need more homes. We would like to be able to wear more clothes. Corpses are everywhere. They breed disease. We could use more statues of noble citizens. Yeah, corpses are everywhere. You're not incorrect. Dig another mass grave. Okay, I still don't understand why the graveyard doesn't actually... The bones of the fallen are laid to rest, a sign of respect towards your subjects. Removing a failed grave might severely damage your reputation. Right? Like, it doesn't seem to imply that there's any reason I shouldn't be putting people in here. There's somebody working it. It's all very confusing. You can store up to 700 rations. I guess my question is why aren't you storing up to 700 rations? This guy's just biding time. Can I tell them to take more food with them? Catapults? Stop raid. Oh, interesting. Supplies. Okay, this is... They are getting some 7 days worth of food. So maybe I just gotta be a little patient while the rest of that food adds in. Patience, certainly not my forte. Wow, that grave filled up just instantly. Graveyard's still totally empty. I'm curious, like, do people decay? I know people decay in the mass graves, but do they also decay in the regular graves? They want to be able to wear more clothes. Oh, yeah. What are we making right now? We're actually losing a bit of clothes per day. I think I would struggle upping that on any degree. The hospital. Hey. Opiates. Fabric. In theory, we have room for people now. Are we making any opiates? No, because we don't have any opiates available, but we can buy that to at least start that farm. 319. Who would have guessed that drugs would be so expensive? $75,000 on opium. Good luck. Gee, Jiminy Jillikers. Is this guy storing opium right now? He ain't. But he can. Maybe like this also needs to be a wood import. You know? Because it seems like these guys don't have any wood down here. All the wood is going here, and then it's going into this warehouse, and then it's going straight into the carpenters. And I kind of need some of it for the janitors. All right, what's that army saying? Yeah. You're doing better. You got 10 days of supply now. Let's try that. You also have all the horses and all the Warhammers you need. So I have 50 fully equipped knights. Well, they don't have any armor, but they're still trying to figure that part out. We can start starving them and see how that works. That's a problem. I have to stop selling fish. Because somehow I've dropped to like 400 despite having 230 per turn. Eggs is miraculously going up right now. Vegetables still sucks. I guess when you have a lot of people outside of town. Your food stocks should somewhat replenish. Who would have thought drugs could be so expensive? Brits after discovering opium? Kind of like lizardmen skinks from Warhammer? That's exactly how I see the amoebans, yeah. They have big hola skink energy. I think... I could change you off of something else. Oh, I can only make spears at a carpenter. Inconvenient. You're making shields at the carpenter right now. Which... Do you guys have shields? I don't think you do. No. I thought I had like a couple hundred shields. What happened to all of them? These guys are meant to have 500, but you know, they don't. All right, I'm going to swap them over to spears for a little while. This is such an expensive fight to just take them. But I need a spot to be able to stop over so I can attack Neelandstad safely. Because if I have that, then I'll have control of this bridge. And all my territory will get connected. Well, all my territory minus my capital. All these guys are like towns of like 10,000, 15,000. This guy is 25,000 in that city next to me? Yikes. He's got an army of like 800 troops just sitting outside my door. Thank God he likes me. Guys, did we never change you to gems? Oh my God, I didn't. I never accepted this change. I've been wondering like why we still have so much clay coming in. That's hilarious. Hilarious and somewhat unbelievable. Right, and none of our warehouses have employees. This is a big part of the problem. Everybody is just priority hauling right now. Nobody is getting warehouse stuff. Our population is climbing back up. I am at least happy to say that. Wow, we can have up to 499 children. So I guess this makes infants, and then when they grow up to children, they move into the city. I don't know how many days that takes, but, you know, step by step. You guys are maxed out on rations, so whatever I did, I obviously did it right. They've lost almost all their troops. That should be like one more day of siege. Nice. This city has also moved up to big happy face. Big smiley happy face times. So hopefully we can keep that growing. My hope is that those growth regions say they add growth to the region. So I'm hoping that if I have a bunch of these cities connected, they will share growth amongst them. Though I'm not entirely sure. Bong Wasser, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Love Warhammer skanks. Everyone who goes on about Crocsgores and dinos and stuff, but the skanks are the unsung hero of the Lizardmen. Absolutely. The Crocsgore are definitely like the cool part of the Lizardmen, but the skanks are where it's really at. 77 defenses here on the siege. 11 guys left. Just keep waiting. The loss ratio when you don't have walls is pretty nuts. Yeah, look at this. We're selling off gems now. We have caravans coming in with gems. Wow, this guy's getting taxes back to his capital from this city. From some city down here. I think that's Ebral, actually. Oh, that's funny. That's the port for Ebral, is at the mouth of this river. Weird place to put it, but... So that's sending back like eggs and fish and meat and stone and all sorts of goodies. Meanwhile, our caravans are like, here is 5 horses, sir. Honestly, I might run straight to Nielandstad and also just wipe that out. Seeing as our army is up. I should be able to like split my time between the two of these in case of rebellions. These guys are fine. I'd feel a lot better about that. I believe in Warhammer, the skinks are the only lizard caste that actually gets sapience other than the Slan. The Saurus only get sapient if they live a long, long time. Interesting. I mean, they all seem kind of smart. We lose 4 men and inflicts 2 casualties. Well, there's only 1 guy left defending this town, so... I guess we can wait. My question is will I get an automatic pop-up to be like, congratulations, you did it. None of this is built. Yay, our population is climbing at least. It is working. I guess we are picking up automatic immigrants as well because we immigrate up to a certain number, so... Here we go. Let's occupy. So this little town has a garrison. Ah, because it currently has a lot of population in it, I can actually jump it straight to small town. Noted. What this town is not particularly good at is making anything. Meat, livestock, meat, livestock. Meat, leather. Auroch pastures could be nice. I kind of want to say let's make this just like a city. Like, what if I added in hygiene and stands? Increases health globally. Makes schools more effective. Makes more taxes. Increases workforce of regions globally. Buildings in the realm. Get more workers. I mean, I guess upgrading the growth here would also be kind of good. If that gave me growth in the region, I wonder, will that spread down to Quedenberg and the others? Or would I be better off like building all this stuff in Nielenstad, which doesn't have a port proper? Well, I mean, it does have a port. It's all the way down on this river. But you actually like connect more regions, so maybe a single growth is fine there. Quarantine, a bank allows you to gather more money. I kind of think about like roads. Roads ease the penalty your territories face the further they are from your capital. They also decrease the toll you pay when trading. I don't know what our penalties are here. No skank without kings. Do Kroxigars seem smart to you? No, they seem like giant crocodiles, honestly. The Saurus lords and heroes are all thousands of years old lore-wise. That's why it's not entirely lore-friendly. So you're telling me that like Saurus warriors are just big dum-dums? I mean, I could certainly see it. Guard post, palisades. A barracks allows you to train armies from here. Walls and fortifications. Honestly, if this is going to be like the entrance into my lower realm, this is not a bad spot to have walled. Plus, it's like docks are right there. We could build a shrine to Krator. Promotes farming and husbandry. This is a mostly human population. Bretonians like the tavern. Humans are okay about it. Yeah, I mean, I guess they might as well make Globdians as well. And then maybe some public stocks. Just to make sure that they don't rebel. 39k, 5 governorship. We got a little bit of governorship back. We'll let our army just sit in this city for a little while, because... Well, no, actually, we're gonna besiege these guys first. Because we should have a fight on the border here. And I want to test out these Warbeasts. Consider a crocodile where and when you drink and lay an ambush at that spot. Crocodiles may be smarter than Roxagors. Take the smarts away, give him the biceps. It's all in the brain. Where's this guy's army? Not doesn't have one? Well, I guess I'll just siege your capital then. Papa Broccoli, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. 433. Oh, that didn't take long. That was like instant. All right, I guess I better leave that army there for longer. Am I gonna have to spend like another 20k rebuilding all those buildings? Clearly I'm gonna run into this army. No, this is gonna be a delight. An absolute delight. We actually outnumber them 2-1 because it's just a rebel army. So let's just beat them up. Look at the Warbeasts! Bunch of schlubs with spears, I think they have. All right, we got our archers. And then we got 50 knights rocking Warhammers. And our archers, who are fully trained. Oh, they have a couple of knights as well. Who are you shooting at, dudes? I'm not really sure I know, and I'm not really sure it matters. Can we, I'm gonna have these knights move down here. Because they're so fast. I probably shouldn't be putting them in front of my archers like that. Scary. Have them on them. So the Warbeasts give us bonus while charging. So let's see what that's like. That flattened them. That was actually insane. That shattered their entire army. Like, look, all these yellow guys are guys who have fled. Man, this army is tasty. Holy smoking backsides. Regional division, regional division. Cavalry are good. Cavalry wielding a bunch of Warhammers is very, very good. You guys keep your merch. Nice. And we get a caravan of loot that gives us like 42 shields, a handful of spears, and some other things. The worst part about this is they managed to get, it looks like, walls rebuilt. I thought because I had a garrison there and I built walls that I would get some defense against rebellion, and I'm seeing that that is not the case. Occupy. Okay, the cool thing is that all the stuff that I built is still here, so we're just gonna park our army for a while. And unfortunately, I just gotta kind of wait for that to go up now. No, 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 no. Stay there. Army, Merchantstad. Target here is 435 pops. That seems low. My small village got de-leveled. Well, I hope that works. Every time you take an area, a ton of people seem to move out of it, so... I'm a bit worried we're not going to actually have the population to have all these buildings up and running. Target is 40 population. Well, that can't be right, dudes. Doesn't make any sense. Devastation times 0.93. Region's in trouble. The devastation keeps going up. It's not like you guys are raiding this population. Mercenaries, recruit. Yeah, loyalty is going up right now because we have troops in the city, but... we're yellow smiley face, so I feel like if that's the case, the population has been reduced enough that loyalty is back in our favor. Yeah, that devastation is through the roof in that place. This guy is currently making all sorts of stuff. A lot of foods. Temperate climate, somewhat moist. I'd like to see that breakdown for all of my places, honestly. 433, 482. All right, well. At least we have our homies. We're only short 60 jobs, and we have 100 extra housing. And in fact, we can have more than that. We can also upgrade this bathroom. Let's do that. These can all be second tech. So that gives us a few more bodies. I think that can go to 150. Chonky dragon ruler named Gustav, leading crocodiles on crocodiles. No one crocs like Gustav. No one rocks like Gustav. This graveyard, man. I don't know what to do with you. Are there 2 people working in there right now? There are. Back to 1. Technically feels like there should be none, but... you can have crocodile drawn chariots in Age of Wonders. That's very fun and foolish. What's this siege looking like here? It's gotta be quite a bit, I think. But the army's got lots of resources. They're feeling pretty good. We got shields coming in. We've got more hammers right now. Which I guess is correct, because currently those knights are just using hammers. So the shields and spears are for the town guard. Yeah, I'd really like to be able to turn on all this training again, but... I got like the opiate farms coming. I have a vegetable farm to be built. I have another woodcutter over here that needs to be built. We're importing all this wood and stone right now. I mean, the good news is like we have gems, and gems sell for a fortune. So having a city that's a big gem mine is certainly beneficial for us. Okay, nice. And these guys are going to build that now that the opiate farm's done. Okay, how's this little baby nursery going? 12 local children. I guess it's going well. Two-year-old amoeban child. How long do they have to be until they're old enough to move into the workforce, or at least to free up a bed, I guess is the real question. Vector, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Come out in. You guys are planting. You guys are planting. Struggling a little bit to keep up with the vegetables. Eggs? I don't know what's going on, but it seems okay. The fish is climbing back up now. The weavery is getting fixed. He says. Not entirely certain if that's true. Still nobody works in the warehouses. But look, we're only at minus 40. Keep starving out those defenders in the meantime. Yeah, the weavery is a little overloaded at the moment. The hospital is eating up a little bit as well, but I mean, technically, the hospital should only ever eat things up as it needs them. The old hospital on the edge of town. Tech-wise, we are basically balanced. Oh yeah, and now that we have gems, we can make our noble homes. 20 gems, 50 fabric, 60 and 40. Yeah, dude, I want to do that for sure. It's so foolish. Just the most unnecessary thing imaginable. Well, had some nice decorations out here too. Let's say a couple of small torches, a couple of small statues. Maybe they can both have a tree. Some flower beds. And a bench. That'll keep him busy. We can also technically have more nobles. And those nobles could be boosting some of our industries. So I do wonder. I was gonna say, can I take like a tiny baby? Right, we can even put these guys on, that's right, I totally forgot we can do this. I can double up, because it's like every one boosts another 50 workers. So why don't I boost like the woodcutters right now? More ranks allow a noble to contribute a lot more towards their current assignment. Ranks are gained by leveling up your city. A noble cannot be stripped of ranks, but the ranks will become available after their death. I guess probably because I don't have these noble houses, I can't promote nobles. But I can have 5 more nobles, so. Gustav was a man-eater Nile crocodile. Horror movies about him. Crocodile so big that hippos are on the menu. Whoa. It's a big crocodile. You there, a Mevan child. Are you too young to become a noble? What about you? Elevate. 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 Nobles. We now have 10 nobles in town. And you might ask, well, what are all these nobles doing? To which I would say, I don't know. Haven't rightly decided that yet. What about a weavery? That'd be 50. I guess the question is like, what do we have 50 troops of? We have 160 people in the fisheries. 85 on globules. We have 100 on vegetables, so having a vegetable noble would be good. We have 100, or we have 50 on woodcutters, so that one's good. The carpenters could also take 50. Stone miners almost good. And I do have like a couple hundred in the labs. So I don't know if there's a lab noble, but obviously that would make a lot of sense. Get the carpenters going. Yeah, I guess there's not a lab noble. I suppose another governor. Heck, we might as well put in a second master of fisheries. I could have a third master of fisheries. I need a vegetable guy. I mean, you can change what they're assigned at any given time. So why don't we just put them on fisheries right now, and at least they're like being put to use. And then in due time, they'll figure out how to build these. Definitely, these should be made out of better structures. Now that's instant, that upgrade. Well, there goes all my fine cut stone. Upgrading the outside of those walls instead of the insides, but, you know. Everything in due time. I want the nobles to know that they have the fanciest home. You know, it's the noble district. It should be fancy. It should have a fence outside the walls just to keep away the plebs. Yo, how is that siege doing? I feel like we've been out here for a while. 7 guys left. All right. Machine stat is at 46 troops. Not clear why that one dropped so much, so violently. Region in trouble. Outbreak, devastation, law. Oh, I think it's just saying that, like, I maybe understand. Do you increase moisture? No, you do health. Irrigation. Lands and investment intensive but simple to upkeep. Costs 30 workforce to build. I don't understand why the population is so small here. City Hall plus 10, growth plus 2, area times 100. None of these are counting. That's why. That's it. I had to bring it back down. Interesting. So you can't cheese it by just like saying, oh, build the big building there. It'll strip the population down all the way first. Occupy! Neelanstead, you are now behind, homie. Congratulations. Now you might ask, what are you gonna do for me? And I gotta tell you, I don't have an answer to that. But I'm gonna put a garrison in there to start. And now at least my cities are all connected over here. So through this bridge at Udenberg and Neustadt, we now have under our control a haven. Bastions containing powerful races that you can sway to your cause. This haven is on your lands, but the requirements are not met for you to join them. There are 47 Araganesh here. Oh, these are giant insects. Giant godlike insects. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty sure we hate their guts. %. Now, that being said, I'm pretty sure we hate everybody's guts. What's the deal with these guys? During the first war of the gods, Ammonon, the evil one, created her great queen of the Arganesh, Shalmor, to do her bidding. She and her spawn served as shock troops in his armies. These creatures were as tall and wide as a longhouse and devastating to the Astari alliance. After Ammonon's imprisonment and the slaying of Shalmor, what remained of the great Arganesh retreated back into their burrows. Their blood watered down over generations. The ones living today are nothing like those of old. They are, however, a formidable force on the battlefield should you manage to attract them to your cause. This species is not available for immigration. They like eggs, meat, and fish. They like mountains, but they're also okay with stone and grand. They like fungus roads and dank plazas. Furniture is clay and stone, and clay and stone, basically. So, obviously these guys are good at only one thing and one thing only, and it's fighting. And the good news is they actually like amoebans, so I could bring them into my city. I don't have a clue how. The requirements are not met for you to join their cause. Or for them to join my cause. Having giant insect monsters at the front of my lines that are like godlike ancients, honestly, sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. Poor guys just do not seem to get wood. I'm going to have them pull from this export depot because I don't know what's... Oh, the problem is still actually, I just don't have warehouse workers. That continues to be my issue. We lost a lot of guys to the cold and we lost a lot of guys to desertion. Not desertion. Uh-oh. Supply issues. Rations? Uh-oh. Oh, I'm out of rations again. 52 versus 52. Okay, let's just buy like 500. This lady is looking pretty old right now. She's 60. She believes in diversity and equal value of all races. A speaker of glory who will easily find or create a conflict and a chance for battle. Your heir is a 65-year-old pig who's merciful and a pacifist. I didn't know you could assassinate nobles? Very interesting. So we are making money from all these places as well. Even if they don't provide us much else, they do provide us with at least some financial gain. You're going to pop down to 366, and you're going to pop up to 490, so... a little bit of this is just waiting. There are my rations from that caravan. Yeah, supplies are low. But those rations just showed up, so they should... we should actually see them, like, leave on the map soon. "12 soldiers have deserted. Uh-oh. They are not leaving at the speed at which I thought they would. I can't afford to have soldiers deserting. Running out of rations. It's a problem. We're going to need to fix our ration industry. Is that something these guys can do? No. Rations have to come from your capital. You're stone and wood. You are ore, wood, and herbs. That's right. Oh, this is part of the problem. We just, like, don't have a lot of people working on the ration maker. And I don't really have the people to be putting in here yet, so... Shoot. What do we want to do? Do we want to just, like, leave this place and try to get back? They're not going to flip anymore, but I do feel like Neelandstead will. $380. I don't know. Maybe not. I can bump it up to a large village. We could add in some stands. It's all pigs and humans, right? No tavern. Otherwise, I can't get anything else out of them. Everybody over here just, like, sucks at making everything. I think I kind of need a guy to do Auroch pastures. Sort of feels like the vibe for me, because that would be producing us leather. I can't just, like, add those on right now, can I? Do I have the juice for Auroch pastures? Requires 5 innovation. We're a little bit short. All of our labs are 66. 54. I mean, if we filled up that spot, maybe. One of my biggest concerns right now is, like, if I don't... I don't know where these rations are. Do the rations actually move on the map? If I move, I lose fortification. Shipments underway, 1 out of 2. None of these look like my shipments. Okay, we made rations. So the rations will just ship out naturally over time. They don't actually ride on the map. As long as we have them in stock, we can make stuff out of them. So this is good. You guys are waiting on like gems and cut blocks. That's all fine and dandy. When they need just gems, we can cut the supply of gems. We might be at a point soon where we can also start like exporting opiates. Start sending out opiates to the rest of the world, get them hooked. I am feeling pretty good about the food sitch. It says eggs are not going up, but they very clearly are, so. I think eggs are going up because our army is, there's so many of them out. Almost got up on workforce. Yeah, you guys need all that stone. Do you have any cut stone here? Yeah. Here's the problem. I keep going to assign people to do things and just forgetting that, like, oh, the reason nothing's getting it done is because the warehouses, I guess, are like lowest priority automatically, so nobody's moving stuff over just because there's nobody to move. The ANO drug empire, right? Destabilize some empires by selling drugs to them. It's not a bad idea. Slip some assassins in there as well. Nice. These guys are up to yellow now. Is that enough? I think that's enough for Aurochs. Auroch domestication. Nice. Nice. So I can have these guys do that for me. So that's going to produce me a ton of extra leather, which is like one of the main goods I'm missing right now. Gems, Warbeasts, money. Currently just a lot of money. All right, and you're gonna make me eggs. Egg. Your population just sucks, but it's climbing, and once it does climb, you'll be able to upgrade to a bigger city. The fact that these guys are down here. What is the requirement for having them join my army is, actually, I guess a big question I have. Because I don't naturally know the answer to that. I am about to run out of rations again, so I think if everyone's good, we're just going to go home. I guess I have to be home to disband. Yeah, we have a fair bit of rations on us right now, so. It's a long walk here. I think this place would benefit from having roads. Oh, I did not build those Auroch farms. Whoops, there we go. Now you can make me Aurochs. 31 leather, 4 animals, 31 meat. We'll sell off the meat and the animals. Amazing. So now we actually have this stuff connected. There's 2 more guys down here that I would love to grab. I don't know that they're really making that much usefulness. What about this stuff up here? Wood and coal? Get pluses up in this area? Oh, yeah. Okay. That would be really nice. Vegetables, fish, and coal. These are Tilapian cities. This is an iron mine. Ore mine. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take those 3 settlements up there. We have a bunch of governorship points, so... So the real question is do I just do that right now? You know? Currently, I'm importing a bunch of coal. If I had coal coming in naturally. Humans, tilapia, and Crotonians. Do these guys not even have an army? Okay, let's make sure we have supplies. This is the one thing, is that like our army does march on its stomach. And I don't have a lot of rations. And I'm running out of the ability to just keep buying those. We're positive again in jobs. What a dream. We have 93 troops. We will wait. Oh yeah, we lost a lot of knights, it looks like, from that desertion. That's okay. Yeah, we were just like back and forthing right now. I suppose upgrading more of these rooms would help. Us out also. So that actually lets us go to 1,200 population. Eventually. You guys have 12 children. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe another hatchery is in order. Honestly. I could build one like out here on these ice floes. Or here? I'm assuming the hatchery doesn't want noise. I could build like a mini hatcheries in here in front of the nobles, but I feel like those need to be a park or something nice. Oh, nice. The only thing we're missing is gems for our nobles, so hold on here. I'm just going to turn off the export of this temporarily until we get the gems we need. Oh, I love our little noble house. They're so beautiful. Now, they are waiting on a bit of weaved goods and furniture still, too. Also, I'm just noticing that. Though I have like 480 furniture, so... Yeah, okay, the problem is just I need guys working these warehouses. And that's happening now, and they are like leveling up and going as required. These dudes could probably use a stage. Because there's no stage over in this city. So let's do that. We'll build them a huge stage. And just let them do their thing. Siege for like 1 day, so that's got a lot left to go. How much do our ration makers make? 1.43. Woof. Consumed per day, 2. Is that by our populace? Our people shouldn't be eating any rations. We also need more pots. Can I stop exporting pots? Because if I have more pots, I could build this market up. Boom. Fancy market. I think also fancy speaker we have? No. Well, we could probably use with some pots in storage anyway. We are starting to burn out on clothes. No, we should be going up on clothes. You guys are still making Warhammers, hey? But it's just that... So while we're at war, unsurprisingly, the price of doing things is more expensive. We eat more food, we burn more Warhammers. Another 8 people need for that stage. That's okay. This will be a big entertainment boost for everybody over here too. They will be pleased with such a thing. There are still also people training up here, so even though like we don't have all of our training on, well, we've got enough that things are cooking a little bit. Internal storehouse is full and production is stalled. 31 and 31. I didn't think you guys would be making that many. There's my problem. There's my big problem. Yeah, I pulled so much. Unavailable coal and metal. Internal warehouse is full. Methinks army export depots down here and making this a warehouse where all of that stuff is stored might make more sense. Still, my janitors won't come up in here and repair this. It needs stone, regular stone, and furniture, both of which I have like in spades. And it's not like there's a lot of other repair jobs within the city. Down here there is, but that's for like the janitors down there to do. An accident has occurred in the lumber mill. Now, an accident has occurred directly next to the hospital where 9 people work doing nothing all day long. We neither have opiates nor fabrics nearby. You know what's interesting is like even if nobody is working in the hospital, it uses stuff. Did those guys get taken to the hospital? What happened here? This guy is bleeding out. He's bleeding badly. Will nobody save him? If only I had a hospital with 9 people standing around doing nothing. Am I addicted to this game? Oh, absolutely. It's a very good game to get lost in. Please. Please. Why did nobody save him? The hospital is right there. Definitely, I am putting less people on this hospital. They don't like him. Is it maybe because of the opiates and fabrics? The Weaver is getting repaired. You've received a letter from Janblo, ruler of Nigbar, to the north. She recently sponsored an expedition into the far corners of Syx. The venture was only partially successful. While it did yield returns, part of her forces were captured, and it turns out that the faction had larger, more warlike allies. She expects that her lands will soon be attacked in retaliation, and she has no forces to spare. Due to their unfamiliarity with local rulers, it should be possible to mislead the raiders into attacking you instead, but the deception would need your cooperation. Janblo offers monetary recompense and her gratitude. Refusing will weaken her armies. She'll give me 240k. Here's the thing. Her capital is directly en route to my new lands. So I'm going to refuse. Due to how unprepared she was, the raiders were able to cause a lot of damage before they were repelled. Her army is in shambles. Most of her subjects are busy rebuilding her realm, and demand for construction materials have risen. You have a garrison of 282 troops and an army of 57. Interesting. Don't they mean becoming a protectorate? The city's ready to be occupied. Hooverstad. Would you let me build a small town here? I actually don't know if you will. Maybe. We have iron in this city, which is what I wanted. It's basically all I want out of this city, but they're gonna also need things that make them happy. This is what, a Talapi city? No, this is human and Cretonian. So stands is good, a tavern is good, growth is good, wells are good. All of these things are good. That'd give me a population of a lot. If they don't all die. Tack, 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 tack. 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 20,000. Let's see how that works. Slavers have arrived. That's okay. So this one seems to be working because the city hall is actually showing +10. So I don't know what happened to these cities down here that got just absolutely buckled, but I guess they'll start to grow back up. 282. Yep. I guess they'll start to grow back up. Persecution, exile, massacre. I mean, I was kind of hoping that we'd have more Amevans in this settlement than anybody else, but can I upgrade that ore mine? I can. Ooh. Okay, let's do that. Well, it still lets me. 290. I mean, that ain't bad, dudes. That land clearance can also be upgraded. I think I'll take that. 113. That's almost enough to upgrade the small town. All right. Dude, if I can keep this place in check. Who owns Teganval? Is that part of Hoogland? Or are you your own thing? Yeah, this is all Blazend. Oh. Oh. This is a separate settlement entirely. I think that... Wait, no, is it? Because this says like Blazend, 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 Blazend. This says Nigbar, Hoogland, Stegenball. I think these are all separate settlements then. This is Blazend as well. No, that's Harleco. That's Blastenstein. Oh, cool. Okay, so all of these settlements over here are like individual small groups. Honestly, Blazend is the only real like big guy on our border. This makes conquering the rest of this way more possible. Which would be kind of nice. What's going on here? Realm. Unhappy is all that's going on there. Okay, that's fine. We can have unhappy. What we can't have is 0 rations. I am once again asking you for 500 rations. I don't like it. Used to have a lot of Dutch words for town names in this game. Tegenval would translate to counterattack. Ooh. Okay. What happened to all the fish? What do you mean? We have so much fish. We have like 4,000 fish. In fact, we have so much fish, we should probably start selling fish again. A few things we could start selling again. Like cotton. So no matter how much that we seem to be making, I never seem to have enough. You know what? I'm going to upgrade this warehouse to the mid-level. And that should increase all of our storage pretty dramatically there too. Dude, something is going on with the houses. I don't understand. All these houses count, but nobody is living in them? Is it because they're all just like living in the basements on the other... in the other town? Let's give them all basements. You guys all have basements? No, this block does not. Here we go. We're back out of stone. The noble houses are ready, which also means we can start exporting gems again. Four servants. So if I go to nobles, noble promotions, base value of 0, level of 0. Oh, we have 4 tourists. By Shablor, you regret coming here. Take my advice and stay away. An Endelant pen would offer better accommodation than this sad excuse of a hive. Turg, you're a vomit-faced flesh bag. The fisheries are quite nice, though. Brood of Herrick, stay away! Seekers of the depths and sandwalkers alike, stay away from Turgenscale. A land-sold fisherman showed me around the fishery. I was not impressed. I had a very unpleasant experience in a boring hearth. Turg, if you're reading this, by the excrements of Eminon, you spawn of a belly-crawler, you suck. A friendly fisherman took me on a tour of the fishery. While I appreciated their effort, there was nothing impressive about them. Couldn't find a vacant position anywhere. By the inferno of dicks, I've wasted my money once again. The carpenter was all right, but not remarkable. Warning, there's no grand area in this hold. That is very fun. Wow, there are no bandits in our area, basically. The Deathbringers. How do I find these bandits? They're all in hiding. Oh man, they have all this money though. The one who attacked us was basically the richest one of them all. It's very funny. Scathing reviews. I know, right? I feel pretty bad about that. I can't remember where you see the level ups. Status. Nobilities. Noble promotions. Okay, so at 1500, we'll get noble promotions. That sounds okay by me. I really don't know what these guys do. Did they add houses? They add employment. Will my nobles live here? That's the other question. Would they want to live in this town? It's kind of a dump. Kind of a dump heap. Everything smells like farts. They gotta at least be able to have a stone walkway down to the market. Can't have the nobles get their boots muddy. Oh, listen to this nice rain we're having. Okay, the woodcutters are up. That vegetable farm is up. This says I'm making 246 wood per year. So I guess those imports aren't really necessarily needed anymore. This says I'm losing stone. I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but I think we need more houses. These guys are still cranky, hey? I bought them so much nice stuff, though. Army presence is adding 0.6. Very good. Well, as long as I have rations. 21 subjects were injured and will seek out a hospital. There were 5 deaths. Oh my god, the masonry. Quick, everybody go to the hospital. Where's this guy going? Dumping corpse. All right, well. No available services. Does the opium need to be over here? Does the fabric need to be over here? Do I need you guys like simultaneously pulling from each other? Will this cause an infinite feedback loop? I truly don't know. Being treated! Yay! Somebody's in the hospital. This young 15-year-old odd jobber. He's not been home shopping for a while, but he'll look for one soon. He takes great pride in his personal wealth. She thinks she is suited for battle and is convinced she will survive. She reportedly spends a lot of time with Hex Mall, a mason in the southeastern part of the city. She's born in a foreign land and is not enlisted in the armed forces. She has no workplace to go to, but is ready and able to take on any odd job your majesty sees fit. Secretly, does not think land life is all that bad. I would like to see some water. It would soothe my nerves. I would like to wear more pants. We need more guards and a few more statues. Now, guards is something that I've had access to for quite a while. Well, I thought it was. Guardhouses can be placed on top of fortifications. Can I unlock guardhouses? For knowledge. Sold. Can be placed on top of fortifications. I guess they need to be like 3 wide though. Deter criminals and rush to committee and the blah, 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 blah. Guards will also occasionally go out on patrol. Can be placed on top of fortifications. They got pretty big coverage. They can get even bigger. There's a stage. So, I mean, if I had one big guardhouse, that would cover basically the entire town. So, I know I wanted to build an inn there, but I'm starting to wonder whether or not that's the optimal choice. Alternatively, I could do like 2 guardhouses. That might be nicer. Like a guardhouse when you come into town. I feel like there was a logic to be had there. And then maybe just like one down here by the docks. It's amazing what a difference like a single square makes for their coverage. All right, let's try that. They only take a little bit of wood to get going, so that's at least nice. They are unfortunately going to use up, you know, more jobs, but did the army recover? Yeah, they're doing fine. They're just sitting here trying to pacify this place. 9%. Yeah, we're just trying to get them up to yellow face. I might have to pull them back after this fight. I was hoping we could take one more location, but I'm honestly like not super sure about it. Okay, the guard posts at least look pretty good. 3 guards. Ah, cool. And then this one, oh, that looks really good this way. Because it feels like they are like looking out over the sea, the ocean. It's a bit of like a light post. Now, they said that they would cover a lot more area than that. So that has me a little concerned, but I think that's all you can do about it, really. Well, why don't I build a guard post like maybe here then? Or where would feel best? There's room for like a real building here, I think. This is kind of a bit smaller, so I think I'll do it like that. Poop, poop, poop noise, poop. Poop noise, fart. Fart, fart, poop noise. Dreadful news. Swamp Lung is back. Good news. We have a hospital. Look at this. Look at all these people in here being treated, being treated, being treated. These guys are tidying up some beds. Or preparing beds? Ah, I see. Okay, so as they get... This is why the hospital wasn't working. The hospital wasn't actually... It didn't have access to its things. So you can see now, the little pink things are the opiates. And then the bed sheets are what they use the weavery for. Now, unfortunately, I am in, like, some hot commodities for some of this stuff right now. Yeah, Weaver's got 18 going. But it cannot keep up. I'm using a lot at that tailor. This tailor. This is another pottery? Oh yeah, that's the only pottery, yeah. Just gotta like tune that tailor down a little bit. Cause I kind of need... That puts that to +4, which is still pretty good. Nice. Okay, so now I'm actually making fabric. So they should be able to keep the beds stocked here. It's going to be a little bit of effort, but it'll help them a lot. Yeah, this is what you want to see. You want to see people in here taking naps. So now I'm starting to wonder, like, does the graveyard need something that I don't have? Is this guy won't bury anybody? Or is he just like, I don't bury plebs? Man, this town still hates my guts. But this is a big town. This is the biggest town we have so far. By like a pretty big margin. If I start getting enough money, I can upgrade things. I'm currently very, very broke. And the reason for that is unknown. I no longer need to be importing ore. In fact, we could probably start exporting ore. 5 and 5 there. Four and 4 there. Let's see how that holds up. There's another village right up here that has coal. This guy also has iron ore, actually. But he's got vegetables, so I was thinking about building vegetables up here. And then taking this guy for coal. I could literally just, like, walk right across and conquer him. Not until Haverstad is finished, though. And if I am to run out of rations, then I will have to bring my army home, whether I like it or not. I also am seemingly missing 50 jobs. How did that happen? What did I build? Guard posts? They didn't take up 50 jobs. They took up like 3 for the biggest ones. I know what happened. Maybe? I was going to say it's quite possible that we had so many people train that they actually hit their capacity and now they've gone back into the workforce and other people are pulled out. Or it might just be that there's a lot of people who are sick. 10 deranged. Guard post should be in the middle of the commerce in order to protect the burgers. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my idea. I figured if that's where crime is going to happen, it's probably going to be in those areas. I really thought this one would have way better coverage. Like, this does not need to be a big guard post. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to just do that with him. Set up another guard post there. We're doing pretty well on stone right now, so I'm just thinking, I think I'd like to just upgrade some of these pathways. Especially the ones like between towns. Because our guys have a real tendency to only walk on the mud. Now, obviously, I don't have enough people for that job. We're at 1,200, so we could move this to, what, 1,230? Except a few more populations. Man, you guys are really struggling on loyalty here. I think 25% is when they become yellow smiley face. Yeah, these guys are somehow still losing loyalty. We can bump you up to a large village, though. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm confused. What's just happened here? Up to 2. Minus 11 workforce. Okay, so I guess everybody getting built in this place, yeah, screwed up some things. Yeah, I can't have this much stuff in here. At least not yet. Okay, we'll get rid of the hygiene then too, probably. 1. Damn. 5, 5, 2, 2. Get rid of that. Okay. So that city can start growing. We're 33. 382. So this needs to be 500 pop, 600 pop. I mean, the only thing I can really get rid of in here is the guard post, and I feel like if I do that, I'm going to have a loyalty spiral. So we're going to have to just, like, let them do their thing. I really don't know what's going on with these houses. Why does nobody live in them? Extreme temperatures. Fun fact, most roads in medieval and Roman times were in fact taxed, which was mostly paid when arriving to the city. I could believe that. Odd jobbers will automatically move out of an unemployed subject needs their home. This tool manually moves random odd jobbers to desired housing. Unless you assign specific criteria. So I think it's just that there's not enough jobs for the people here, and that they'd rather live in other houses. But it's very frustrating because it is... I don't know where the hell everybody is staying if they're not staying in this place. So, are we having a migrant problem? Population. No, yes. We don't have a lot of natives. It's mostly migrants. But we basically immigrated the first 1,000 people in, and then we just recently built a hatchery. Where it seems like nothing ever gets done. There has been a conversation about building more hatcheries. And I'm starting to think that conversation might need to become a reality. What about up here? I don't feel like this is enough room for a hatchery. But then again, also, why not? I don't know how much room I need yet. Probably more than that. I mean... it could allow for 4 clutches to be in here. I don't know where the entrance is right now. That's the biggest problem. What if you were like... This is a terrible design. Get rid of this. We gotta figure that out better. Is there an education issue? Are there not enough apprentices for high-paying work? I mean, we definitely have no education in the city. I mean, I'm wondering why these houses are empty when it says that I only have 23 houses. Because this is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120... This is like 130 housing space. So if I only have 23 available houses, then these should be filled. So I guess also part of me is wondering, what if I just quick save, exit to the menu, and then reload back in? Is it just some sort of weird glitch that, you know, have we tried turning it off and turning it back on again? It's always a question to ask. All right, here's the other thing. I can actually build in against these walls. I am just remembering. So maybe my amoeban hatchery could look like that, and then suddenly that's a lot more space to work with. You know, I wouldn't say it's a huge amount of space. But it's more than we had. That works? That's allowed? That feels like that should not be allowed. It's a sad day. Our master of carpenters has passed away. Let's replace him. 1 blanket. 2 blankets. 1 door. This is 8 more clutches. Room will be blocked. Place doorway so that the room can be entered from the outside. Okay, so that carpet does not work there. Probably just means that that crib also does not work there. 7 clutches. No question. Get rid of that space. I feel like we should be able to build against an outer wall, so it makes sense to me. Some strange reason it's not counted as housing. No, here's the weird part, is that if I remove that housing, my housing goes down. I don't know if it has something to do with the basements that we have on everything. Or what the deal is. These guys are all sick. Uh-oh. Cold. Death cold. A lot of people appear to be dying out at the coal mine. That does seem like a relatively fixable problem. You know? Seems like the kind of thing that doesn't have to be happening. Grade 82 to grade 100. Do I need to build a warehouse up here? Like, I think the problem is that a janitor literally can't get the supplies up here. So if I was to build a furniture, stone, and wood warehouse, just a little tiny one, and keep it stocked, I bet your bottom dollar it would solve my problems. So why don't we give that a shot? I basically only need a single crate of each and like one employee. I was going to say, in theory, I could also move the coal there, but I got a feeling just because the loading station seems to be... everything seems to be moving out there pretty quickly. Hey, you know what? We might as well give them a little well if we're going to do that. And a little statue to remind them that they're loved. That the king loves them. 47 people have died from the cold all over the city. In the streets. In the hills. Why is nobody heating up? This hearth has 8 available slots. Is something wrong with our people that they don't understand how to use the hearth? We have 30% coverage in the hearth, which is like not bad. I mean, or is it just that like we're having a cold spell? I mean, I know we are just having a cold spell, but building public wells for the plebs has been a staple to gaining popularity, right? Does seem like they do like that. Does seem like they are a fan of having access to clean water. Which I was going to say would probably solve a lot of our other issues as well, but yeah, like all these hearths have room at them. Little 2 of 6 one there. We got a big 24 out of 28 here. These guys are sick. Warming up, being sick. Being sick. Is the sick that you are cold? Or is the sick that we had like lung rot? I am short a lot of population right now. Yeah, we are also having diseases. The weavery. How do I make you better? I'm not sure I have an answer for that, other than build another weavery. Is it time to build a third town? An outpost? Another outpost? We talked about building like a massive residential district basically up here. That would allow me to expand just like Globians and then vegetable fields all along here. So this is going to end up being like a farming town for the most part. Farming and military. I mean, we have a steady stockpile of eggs and fish. And we have room for the egg expansion to be added. I guess we're also getting eggs through taxes now, too. Yeah, 63 eggs per taxes. That's actually what's keeping us in the positive. I have an awful lot of ore. What I don't have is an awful lot of coal. Question 2. I have 32 rations. I don't think that's enough to keep my guys alive. I'm gonna come home. I'm bringing the army home, lads. We've completed our conquests. We've stabilized, it looks like. Let's bring them home. Oh, that's kind of cool. It just turns into a caravan. Gotta be careful if you are at war with anybody, though, because that is a caravan. That is just like an entire army of equipment. Fun geographical fact. Venice is built on top of stilts, which means they never had access to potable groundwater. So they built large gathering spots around wells and filled them with gravel and sand to filter the rainwater falling over the spots. Probably works pretty well until the place floods. Yeah, I still have a lot of very sick guys. Cold, 43. 73. Disease, 20. Your subjects will be exposed based on their resistance properties. Exposure subjects might stop working to get to a hearth or a source of water. If none is found, they risk death. I mean, it is spring. At least winter is over. What if maybe I gave them more clothes? Now, I know that's gonna pump our net pretty badly, as everyone literally wears twice as many clothing. But if it means less people are dying at the moment, that does seem like probably a net positive. Homies make it all the way back? Looks like it. So the next question is just like, where is that workforce in the town? Is that why all these houses are empty? Because my armies have been out of the town and my armies were like 100 population. Oh my god, that's totally what it was. While your army is out, they don't visibly occupy a house, but they do occupy the space of a house. They do not count as free housing. Mathematically, I think that would make up the difference. Boy, all right. So I'm concerned about the fact that I have so many corpses and nowhere to put them. So I think the mass grave. I think we need another mass grave. Seeing as the graveyard doesn't work for jack. This beautiful graveyard I built that no one will use for no reason. So, there's a good spot for a mass grave. the hospital. Just kind of feel like it would track, right? Just a big stinking pit. Only takes a little stone to get that rock in, so... Okay, we are getting some wood. So it does seem like... Yeah, I mean, these janitors are overloaded, but I think it's because they didn't have wood for so long. And I'm pretty sure wood basically only spills over once it goes over 1,000. So they should be able to start getting all this stuff fixed up and repaired. "28 wrongful deaths. Less corpses." Boy, that filled up so fast. That's 85 corpses we just threw in there, and there's still 44 on the ground. My dudes. Here you go. Clearly we need them all over the place right now, so... Hey, Mona. Must be getting to be about that time of day, is it? Hey, yo. Is it from my favorite kitty cat? So, man, we got all this iron ore coming in, which is so nice. So... we have more than we can use. Doesn't sell for much. I think I won't sell it for less than 20. And we are doing okay on pottery again, so I tell you what, why don't we also do pottery? Pottery won't sell for less than 80, which is complicated. Because nobody really wants to buy it for anything but 80. Yeah, we're so low on population that even our tech is dropping right now. Soldiers will arrive home in 1 day. So, I think it actually would have been a lot quicker if I just walked them home instead of pressing that recall button. And then we could have disbanded them kind of on the spot. But that's okay. I'm excited for them to come back home, join the ranks. Here they all come. Or these actually might be immigrants, I'm not sure. They're all swearing, a lot of them are swearing fealty. Some are coming straight down this way. Interesting seeing like the different paths that people walk sometimes, and then you just get like a guy who's just crazy, who's like blah 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 blah, I'm gonna go wander around like a nut job. You gotta love them. How do I sell this many corpses? I don't understand. Did we not build this pit? No, we have not. That's why. 28 deaths from the cold, man. The good news is that nobody appears to be cold anymore. Now, that might be because it's literally the middle of summer. Or maybe we solved all the problems. Time to move the fields more inland and use the coastline for residential? Oh, like move all of this inland. No, I never really thought about that. I was just going to build like a centralized city and pipe a bunch of water in there. Because somehow I thought that would be easier. Oh, this warehouse is done. Nice. Okay, so this warehouse needs, what? Wood, stone, furniture. And I want to say that's it. Wood, stone, furniture. Metal bars and animals. This will only ever have one delivery man, and he is going to take from the central warehouse. Yeah, I want this to be a small location just for helping out these guys up here. Because, like, this pump is constantly degraded. The janitor never really seems to come out here to fix this stuff. Unavailable fabric, metal, and pottery. And he is meant to be able to reach all of this. There are 5 of them that work at this janitor. And I just feel like they don't ever come out here. I know it's not like the most exciting place for the janitors to go, but... yeah, like it seems like they spend more of their time in town fixing up the problems of town, which I think they do. I think that is exactly the issue. Is they would rather fix up the stuff in town than the stuff out of town. Walking a job, maintaining, walking a job. Fetching resources. So maybe I just need a tiny little janitor's hut out here as well. Maybe I never even needed this warehouse. Maybe the real friends were the janitors we made along the way. Can't do anything smaller than that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this, that. We're gonna remove that, and we're gonna put it there instead. So the janitor's literally gonna work through the warehouse. And I feel like I could probably put this at just like a single janitor and they'd be fine. He says as he waits for his population to climb back up after that massive death spiral. I have 11 deranged guys. I just don't really know if I can fix that problem. Currently ill with swamp lung. So the swamp lung is still a major issue. Hospitals are struggling a bit here. Honestly enough, strangely enough, we're not getting as much opium as I would have expected. But I guess it's just because we're literally in the middle of a harvest right now, so... Can you pull from here? Here we go. We'll start pulling the metal out now to sell this also. Okay. We need more smithies. No, sorry, we don't need more smithies. We need more smelters. Smelter revolution. I mean, they got enough coal down here. We're making a decent bit of furniture. We're at about 1,000 furniture right now. Can we get this finished? Because I'd really like done. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that was interesting. I just saw a bunch of these guys sleep in here. Because they were like, this is a room. They might have just been being sick, but... Yeah, look at that. They're all relaxing in the janitor's room. Can you just build guys structures for them to vibe in? And they'll be stoked about that? Right? Like, what if we just did something like that? And then maybe I could just put in, like, some benches or something in here. That's a check. That's a vibe. Someone still has spilled that janitor stand because they're all just going in there and taking naps. I didn't know that that was a thing that your guys would need. Just like a spot to take a rest. Exposed to the temperature. Well, somebody is meant to build this room, and for whatever reason, they're really... You don't seem to be having any odd jobbers that can take that down. Be real nice. Be real nice if we did. Fantastic game, right? It's so good. Hey, am I incorrect in saying, but has this been repaired? Did my janitors figure it out? No, they did not. They must have a little. It's only 10% degraded. I can't tell what part of it is what convinced them to come up here and do this, but... Yeah, we have a lot of exposed guys. What's weird to me is how many are exposed in the city. Available service 1 out of 14. Oh, okay, well. Crikey. I did notice a lot of guys were being exposed out here, and I guess we do have this quarry as well. So I tell you what. Why don't we build a hearth outside the hospital? I think I'll build a little well here as well. Switch this about a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. So this only really needs one janitor, I think. And... Okay, hilarious. I think that the torch and stuff didn't work properly there. Yeah. The torch and statue create an outside room. So the lads got a little bit confused, and I think they're all trapped inside these houses now. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened to this room? Are the benches also counting as being outside? They didn't do that in my throne room. You know what? The torches and the statue also didn't do that in that throne room. So maybe something just glitched out with this. Something weird happened here. I think you have to build the entire thing and then you can put stuff in it. I got a funny feeling that's how that works. Whoops. They gotta go that way and that way. And now they'll at least have a cool little room to vibe in. So this dude. Leisure time. I want to know how this guy does with just like repairing stuff. Have I conquered much yet? We have a handful of settlements. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. So we're getting Warbeasts, gems, leather from Aurochs, and that guy's making globians, so eggs. This guy's giving us ore. We're going to get coal from that guy and vegetables from this guy. We just need to kind of like rebuild back up our stocks of rations more than anything else right now. Chew through rations real fast. That being said, I can also afford a lot more ration makers. I mean, I don't have the population capacity for it right now. Nice. This hatchery is also up and running. So we're making a couple of babies. This hatchery's been doing pretty well for a while. Okay, the first of the children here are finally growing up. So that's like our first natural born citizens. We're getting in here. I could probably add another hatchery right here if I wanted. Though I'm seeing now that the road in this place doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, when does it though? Cool, yeah, so a lot of guys will just hang out up here now. I wonder if putting the hearth inside is better for them. I like the idea that they just have a little spot to vibe, though. You don't have fabric and metal, but you really don't need that. Yes, look at this. Look, most of this is fixed already. This little guy is working away. He is maintaining, and now he's going to the pump. Oh, yeah. Look at that pump get cleaned. Now he's walking to a job. No, he's going back. Now he's walking to a job, walking to a job. He's going out. He's maintaining, fixing that pipe up. Boom, 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 boom. I love how he stockpiles so quickly from being attached. And now he's just hanging out. All right, yeah, he got that down. He got a lot of degradation out of that. He almost got the coal mine done today, so there's a lot of work for him to do on that water pump. The gods have forsaken Turgenscale and the rains have stopped. If this keeps up, it will devastate our crops. Everyone must pray. We are suffering from a drought. You just use the workstations and haulers to get odd jobbers to go build things far from your base? Yeah, so an example of this would be like I have a loading station here for coal because this is my only coal mine and they grab all the coal here and then they have to haul it all the way down here for my smithies. So I just figured it was a lot easier if I had them load up a massive wagon all at once. And it turns out, yeah, it absolutely is significantly easier if you do that. The haulers, I don't really have any of these guys right now. This is more like if you need a loading station done differently. So like I probably could set up a hauler to do things like I don't know if a hauler can move to a location like this. I was going to say, I might be able to get someone to just like haul opioids and fabric from this warehouse. You know what? Man, let's try it. Only one way to find out, and it's to do it. I'm gonna set them up a full little station right here. Doesn't take anything to build it. Just a bit of construction. Bow, 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 bow. So you could pull from here, and then you can pull from, oh no, pull. And then you can what do you do? Oh. You will just do like one thing and haul it here. I see. So, if I was to set up a hauler out here, for like opioids and blankets, this would be way more efficient. Opioids, pull from this warehouse. Can you pull multiple things? No, you can only pull one thing. That's what I figured. Where am I? And this is going to pull fabric from the same warehouse. Now, I can actually turn off opiate storage over here. Fabric storage, I'm going to keep on one box. Because again, we don't actually really have that much fabric. We have managed to get the old economy back in order, so I don't think we need to be absorbing any of this and this anymore. We're doing really good on fish and eggs. Herbs we have coming in. Furniture, it says we're making 14, which is a bit confusing because I feel like there's no housing furniture going on here. So maybe we're just at a point where these guys are good and they've got their house furnitured. Oh, there is no furniture being pulled. That's why. How much does that cost me per day? You're making 9 cut blocks. If I turned on cut blocks a bit more, would that also cost me too much? Ooh, also, what if I put on leather? This seems okay, because I guess it'll take a while for them to actually, like, get everything. Fart noise. Leather, furniture, cut blocks. I also want to see what it all looks like. We know that the furniture adds like tables. Oh no, the wood adds tables. I don't know what the furniture adds. The leather, I think, is the beds. I'm out of pottery again. Man, this export depot The export depot is almost maxed. This is the problem we're having. So now my pottery will stack back up because the export depot is at maximum capacity. All right, well, you know, that works. Housing. Housing is our next stumble block, right? I think if we can't get up housing, that's really the next one where we need to go. So, yeah, I guess there are like two options. One is we expand the walls out like here to here, and we move all this forestry up this way. The other one is we leave all this where it is. We expand out more fields to fill in these spaces, and then we create like a central city. And we pump in water. We have it kind of like surrounded by this like outer ring road. And we get to decide which way we want to go for that. Further. Thank you so much, my dude. 16 months. I hope you're doing well. It's because we're all just hanging out up here. Oh, I guess we have a hearth and a well, so why not hang outside the hospital? There is nothing to fetch in the vicinity. There is nothing to fetch in the vicinity. There is nothing to work at the hospital. I have a lot of money. Should I just start importing stuff? How do I have no metal bearers? Because I'm making spears. I suppose that would make sense, wouldn't it? Who is using 10 falcatas right now? You're using 500 bows. You're using 500 spears. You're using 500 bows. Who thinks they're using a falcata? Oh, it's just that I have 10. I see. Shields, spears, armors. Leather armor seems like really, really difficult to get a hold of. I mean, we have a ton of tailors making this, and they're lucky if they make one a day. Internal storage is full, so production is stalled. You know, man, turning all these off was a big dumb mistake. I gotta wonder whether or not any of that stuff was being built. Yeah, look at this. There's like 61 leather armor here just waiting to be moved. No wonder. No wonder. That's why none of my leather was being used. Yeah, so there's like 11 people working on this warehouse right now. A lot of stuff needs to be picked up. Even these fish were like pretty stocked. There we go. Now the leather workers are back at it. That'll keep them busy. Good. Okay. So, yes, housing. So, things we should want to look at for that is like moisture map. This is bad farmland. This is good farmland. It's nice and moist. I don't even really have to bring a lot of fresh water to it. / at all. The soil over here is juicy good. The soil up here, not so juicy good. The foundation up here, really good. Okay, well, this settles it then. Yeah, that settles it. We're gonna build a city up here. We'll build it out of stone since the quarry is here. We could even probably come up and kill these little globies. Not that we need to. But those wild globes are probably not going to last. Look at this. My pump. No degradation. My janitor's like, I don't know what to do. I can't believe I had to build an entire warehouse in janitor just to get this stuff up and working properly. It's a bit foolish. If we wanted more stone, I could probably also get this quarry up and running. No, I don't know that we need it, though. I could, like, quarry into a mason and end up with another little settlement here, but... it already seems like it's kind of a big journey for everybody to take. I guess I could, like, slap some houses up here, right? Sorry, there are only 10 people working on this coal mine. Is this a joke? Is that why the coal mine has been so inefficient? All right, I'm building houses up here then. But if I build houses, I gotta build markets, and I gotta build squares and toilets, and, like, I gotta build, like, a whole infrastructure around it. That's the problem. That doesn't have to be a lot of infrastructure. It's only like pump workers and coal miners who live up here, but you know, they have their little shed to hang out in. Isn't that enough? Do they ever go home to sleep? I mean, some of those guys. Shift change? I gotta think they're just sleeping in this house. Feels like you could do better as a ruler. Quite a bit better, to be honest. Yeah, this is why nobody's over here. Nobody wants to go home. They're all just like sleeping wherever they can. They're not necessarily homeless. $88 people. They need homes up here. That's so funny. What a riot. It's not that these houses are empty, it's that there's no jobs down here. Nobody wants to live in these homes because, like, everybody has just moved close to their work and there's not a ton of work in this area. Now, that can be solved by doing things like building entire other opium dens. Opium farms, I mean. Opium den, opium farm. Ah, you know it's all the same. What's the difference? We'll just try to make this look nice. Yeah, I think that's basically all that's going there. Here we go. I like that. 101 soil, 93 moisture. I mean, say what you will, we are clearly... I don't know where all the opiates are going. The fact is, it's like I should be making a net 3. And I seem to be running out constantly, so having some more of those farms should help us out. And I feel like then this is going to be another, like, northern road. Just to connect up that way. And I could do things like add more hearths or whatnot alongside of this as time requires. I guess the idea was that was meant to be a northern road, but... What's the hurry? What's the hurry, Harry? And then I want to say, man, we got our farms up and running. We got our military industrial complex up and running. The big thing we need to do right now is focus on, like, we have a ton of excess food. We have a lot of supplies coming into the city. What we don't have is population. We have 2 nice little towns. We have a 3rd little outpost town starting. So I will start building some other stuff up here, and maybe we just, like, wall off a chunk of this. Fit a couple of houses, some markets. And then maybe we even quarry in some stone for some masons. And then I think it's going to be all about, like, designing a real fancy city. And I want to do something cool. You know, I think we actually really design out this city. See kind of how the roads lay out. See where we want the outer walls. And then build it as a bit of a keep. That could be fun. We should do like a noble district in the middle. And then we can have like a market square, maybe a craft square, a residential square. Like 4 district city, like a classic D&D city. All right, I like that vibe. That's going to be the plan, but we're going to do that in the next episode. Because that's all the time we got for today. I got to head off to a birthday party right now. Get ready to go do some celebrations. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.